Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this fantastic Elliott Wave Hub event. I'm loving it. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jody Samuels, your host for today. I started my trading career at JP Morgan, trading currencies for 15 years on both Wall Street and Bay Street. Since then, I've devoted my work to helping traders build structured, sustainable trading businesses. Today, I'm an independent trader and coach at FX Traders Edge, where I trade futures, forex, stocks, and options using our Elliott Wave based system, the Wavy Tunnel Pro. I'll be introducing our powerful new tool today called the Elliott Wave Dashboard Scanner during my presentation. My topic for today is the new Elliott Wave Dashboard Scanner, spotting Wavy Tunnel Pro setups across all asset classes. So I'm thrilled to be with you today, and I'm not sure what you're all trading, whether you're trading stocks, ETFs, futures, forex, or crypto. But what I'm about to share with you could dramatically improve how you spot and execute trades. And I think it fits right in with all the analysis that we've seen today, because I don't know if you know this, I know I've shared it in the past. When I first started trading for JP Morgan, we had an Elliott Wave analyst on the desk. And my whole on in my during my whole career, I had Elliott Wave analysts working with me because I was the risk taker, the trader, and I always had somebody there by my side to do my analysis, and I continued with that for the rest of my career, for my career in the retail market, which is why what I'm going to share with you today will complement any subscriptions that you have to any of the other analysts that you've seen today or will see for the rest of the day. So please read the disclaimer to yourself. And thank you. I'm also the author of The Trader's Pendulum, a book that's been described as the trader's guide to the business, psychology, and hype of trading. I'm passionate about helping traders move from chaotic guesswork to disciplined, business like execution, which is why I love the dashboard. One of the pillars of my approach, and something I've studied since the 1980s, is Elliott Wave analysis. Every part of my Wavy Tunnel Pro methodology revolves around Elliott Wave structures. My whole tagline was with the Wavy Tunnel Pro, count the waves without really counting the waves. You don't need to be a consummate wave counter because of course I never was. I always had a wave counter next to me, but I created the Wavy Tunnel Pro strategy to be able to look at the charts and count the waves, and I'm going to teach you that today. So I've developed this system that helps traders to not only stand wave patterns, but actually trade them with confidence. And I've been using the Wavy Tunnel Pro for a good 20 years, even though I started trading, oh my gosh, a very long time ago. Do I have to say it? And that brings us to today. I'm excited to introduce you to the new dashboard, a powerful, first of its kind Elliott Wave scanner that automatically identifies all of the Wavy Tunnel Pro setups across 4,500 plus instruments and growing in real time. And here's the best part, it's not just theory. Today, I'm going to find actionable trades for you live for each Elliott Wave setup that I teach you and we cover. And you'll see exactly how the dashboard works, what to look for, and how to act on the opportunities it uncovers. But more importantly, I'm going to show you actionable trades. So what are we going to cover today? I'm going to start out and walk you through the 5 core Wavy Tunnel Pro setups. So we're going to look at a chart and I'm going to show you what these setups are and how they align with Elliott Wave structure and market psychology. And these are the setups, like I said, that I've taught for years, that I've learned 40 over 40 years ago. And then we're going to discuss how the dashboard scanner can make it possible for you to find these setups across stocks, ETFs, futures, forex, and cryptos automatically. It's amazing. And then I'm going to show you, we're going to scan. I'm going to show you the scans and we're going to show you the trades that are popping up today. You'll also learn how to use this tool to stick to the rules, avoid overtrading, and focus only on the high probability trades because that's what this produces. But I'm also going to add some tips to you as to when we get the list, what I see as a high probability trade. And yeah. And then finally, at the end, I'm going to show you how to join our beta group. We're still having the beta group going where you'll get early access to the dashboard, join live training, and help shape future features. That's right. We opened up the beta group 2 weeks ago, and we're still going to keep it open just for this event. And we've already made changes. I'm partnering with Daniel at Trading Indicators, and he's my partner in this venture, and he's done a remarkable job in creating this dashboard. So let's get started learning about the setups. This is the 8-wave market cycle, the market map, and this is what the Wavy Tunnel Pro is based on. And you recognize Fibonacci over there. This 8-wave market cycle, and you saw it many times today, is based on the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci sequence of numbers is here. Like these are all part of the Fibonacci sequence of numbers when you're counting waveform. I'm not going to go into this whole thing. And then when you get your retracements and your extensions, you're taking the ratios of the Fibonacci numbers. It's really quite wonderful. So, these are the patterns, and you can see classical technical analysis patterns too. So you see swing highs and lows or pivot points. You see head and shoulders formations at the end of every single swing move. Okay, so you see that on this market map. Now this is how I've dumbed it down, I guess, but Elliott Wave analysis is really all about the psychology, and I think Michael spoke a lot about that today. And here's a picture of our famous contrarian Warren Buffett, who said, be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. So being greedy is up here, loading up. And you heard all of the analysts say today that we could go higher, but don't load up at we could be at the top now, we could go a little higher, but we've had a long move. Now I'm talking about the stock indices, of course. So the characteristics of being at point T is greed, optimism, and exuberance, where traders tend to load up. And then what happens? What happens is something like this, ABC, when we had the correction in April on the tariffs, and down here, down here is characterized by fear, panic, and discouragement, and a lot of traders bailing. And this is point C, where you need to be buying here. So I'm going to show you some examples. This is our breakout 4 trade. So when we have the deep ABC correction, and we have we have a number of setups happening right now that I'm going to show you. Right over here, point 0 and point T, these are the ends of the trends. So in Wavy tunnel terminology, we call this the first move away from point T would be the price to wave. So we have the price to wave on the scanner, and then this whole area here is the fill the gap. And then we have our trend trades. Well, let me show you on the next slide. Well, then we have our trend trades, which I'll go into, called the breakout 3. So trading market swings can create an emotional roller coaster ride. There's no doubt about that. In my trading career, especially at the beginning, I experienced, oh my gosh, lots of emotional roller coaster rides. And my whole career has been creating programs for me so that I could moderate my own emotions and the emotions of the that I experience with the market swing. So if you're just starting out, you might be experiencing these emotions as well, but you can learn how to master your emotions, as they say. Understanding market cycles and timing is crucial for success. So that's where the Elliott Wave analysis comes in, for understanding the market cycles. And for me, I simplify it. when we're in a trend, we stay in a trend. And when we're in a trend, you can normally draw channel lines connecting the tops and bottoms of the waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have the correction. And you use your Fibonacci tool to see how much the correction can be. But more importantly, you use the wavy tunnel setup, which I'm going to show you, which will tell you when this is going to end. So this is a structured roadmap, and simple timing tools can provide clarity and consistency. These are the trades on the dashboard, and these were the original Wavy Tunnel Pro trades that we established a long time ago. We start with the end of the trend, point T, and we have the price to wave, and then we have the fill the gap. So the moving averages that I have on the chart are, I have the wave and I have the tunnel. Okay, Jeffrey calls it the roadmap, but it's really the tunnel. The wave is the 34 EMA on the high, low, and close. The tunnel is the 144 and 169 average. These are all Fibonacci averages. I started to use them 20 years ago. Why? Because I'm an Elliott Wave trader, and Elliott Wave is all about Fibonacci and Fibonacci numbers. But when I first started out, of course, I learned about the 5, the 20, the 50, and the 200, because as an institutional trader, the institutional traders at that time, I learned a lot. I learned technical analysis from a lot of traders at the time, and that's what they use. So I just modified what I'm doing, making sure to use Fibonacci numbers. The breakout 4 trade is the wave 4 to the wave 5 launch. It could also be a wave 2 to a wave 3 launch. I am not that, I am not a consummate wave counter. I just need to see the patterns on the chart. So if we have a deep ABC correction, I could, unless I really sit down and do the wave count or follow a wave analyst, then all I'm looking for is the pattern, and I'm going to show you that. Now, this is, we developed a lot of scanners on the different trading platforms, but what is different is this one, the trend continuation, the breakout 3 trend trade setup. I wanted to be able to ride all the trends. So I didn't want to just catch this point here and this point here. I wanted to be able to ride the trends. These are all of the trend waves, and that's what the breakout 3 trend trade setup does. And then we have sideways range bound, that we call the Royal Noble. I'll tell you about the semaphores momentarily, but that's when we can have a complex correction in this corrective phase, for example, and we get massive swings. And there's more to say about that maybe later. This is what it looks like on the chart. So up here with the purple, this is a purple diamond. It's a purple semaphore. This is what the dashboard looks like, by the way, but I'm going to take you to the dashboard. Don't worry. This is where we have greed and optimism at point T. And then the market comes down dramatically, and we're fearful down here and we bail. Now notice, I don't know if you can see the purple lines, the wave, and then the white lines, this is the tunnel. So the PW is the price to wave. When we're stretched, we come back to the wave. That's what we do. And then we come down to, from my experience, below the tunnel. As long as the wave is still above the tunnel, and it can be in the tunnel, that's perfectly fine. We're still in a bullish market. It's not until the wave is well below the tunnel that the market turns from bullish to bearish. So when I look at the setups with you shortly, I'm going to point this out. I'm going to make sure that the trades that we like are the ones that look like this. And the breakout 3 trades are the trades that we will find in the trend. It's when you see the lower blue or the lower red dots here. Every time we get a lower blue or a lower red dot, the scanner, the dashboard will pick it up. Now, the wave, in order for it to be bullish, The wave needs to be above the tunnel. Otherwise, you're going to look for bearish setups. So we covered the PW, fill the gap. And then once we do have the major correction, this is the breakout 4 trade for the next move higher. So that's the way it goes. Okay. PW, fill the gap, and the gap is just the gap between the wave and the tunnel. And if there are any questions as we go along, please make sure to ask them. I hope I'm being clear and that you understand. Type a Y in the box if you understand and if you're following this and if it's interesting for you. Let's just hear what you have to say. Okay, good. All right, great. Next slide. So this is just a summary. I just characterized the price to wave. It's a trend reversal, right? Price returns to the wave for bounce or reversal. It's either going to bounce off of the wave or it's going to reverse. That's the price to the wave. We don't know. And the fill the gap is when the market fills the gap to the tunnel from the wave. Let's go on to the breakout 4. This is the wave 4 completion. So it's really the completion of the PW fill the gap at the end of the wave 4, blast off in wave 5. And then the breakout 3 trades, trend continuation, breakout in wave 3 or strong trend. The Royal Noble is just a range bound setting reversal zones. It's a mean reversion play with structure. Okay, I don't know if we'll have a chance to look for these, but that is what we are up against. So now when we talk about these setups, you'll know where in the market cycle they occur, and more importantly, why they work when they do. All right. And what is my favorite setup? I love the breakout 4 trades. I'll be honest with you. Okay. But we're going to look at all of them. Yes. All right. So here's another chart before we get to the get to the dashboard. Trading in action, identify entry, trigger, and re-entries. Point 1 is where we see the gray semaphore, the gray arrow. This is not the dashboard. This is on okay, some wealth charts actually. So 1 is finding C for the breakout 4 trades, finding the end of C, and this is finding the end of C is getting the gray arrow into the tunnel, or most of the time below the tunnel, into the tunnel or below the tunnel. It's into the tunnel if it's a very strong trend. So that's the gray arrow kicking off the new trend. You can see that there, kicking off the new trend. And then the blue and the red dots into the wave show re-entry points for the trend. If you missed getting in here, these are re-entry points, and the scanner will show you that, the dashboard scanner. The purple arrow is the end of the swing, and then we start again. Price to wave, fill the gap. So that's, hope you can get that in your mind. So now let me officially introduce you to the Wavy Tunnel Pro Dashboard Scanner, and we're going to scan all these setups, a powerful real-time tool designed to bring clarity and structure to your trading and to find the trades. I mean, how are you going to find trades looking at 4,500 markets? This isn't just another signal service. It's a professional grade scanner that analyzes over 4,500 symbols, including stocks, ETFs, futures, Forex, and crypto, and identifies the setups based on my Wavy Tunnel Pro method that we just established. What makes it truly unique is that it's built around Elliott Wave structure and Fibonacci symmetry, the same foundation that I've used since the 1980s. The scanner zeroes in on 5 high probability setups, which I'll walk you through shortly on the scanner. And it presents them across the different asset classes so you can filter and focus on your hot list. It's fast, it's visual, and it helps you act on trades when structure aligns, not after the fact. Most importantly, this tool doesn't replace your judgment or Elliott Wave analysis. It supports it. You'll always know what setup you're trading, why it matters, and how to manage it. So why does it support it? Because many traders don't have the confidence to trust themselves. So when you have the dashboard scanner and you see your possibilities here, you might need, if you're following an Elliott Wave analyst and both are saying the same thing, guess what? You're going to take the trade. You're more likely to take the trade than not. So that's why it's fine if you have an Elliott Wave analyst. Now, Stephen from Wave Basis isn't here today, and if you know, most of you know that I usually show the Wave Basis charts to confirm these setups. So I did take some of the Wave Basis charts, but I really want to start with the scanner. And when we show examples, maybe I'll be able to show you what some of the wave counts are for the charts that we're finding. First of all, this is the scanner. Now I'm going to move. Okay, these are the charts. I have it set up with the daily and the weekly. It's an end of the day scanner. And I'm going to move this off to the right so that you can see everything here. And this is the menu. You have asset class, the name, the price, the volume, the percent daily change, the country, the sector, the industry, market cap, whether the stock is optionable, earnings date, I don't have it checked off, ex-dividend date, dividend yield, forward dividend for those of you that trade stocks with dividends. And then here are all of the wavy tunnel setups. The price to wave on the daily and the weekly, the fill the gap on the daily and the weekly, the breakout 4 on the daily and the weekly, and the breakout 3 on the daily and the weekly. You can filter. So if we look at the PW on the daily and on the daily, I can tell the scanner, show me the buy readies. I'm only looking at buys today. I'm not going to look at sells. Show me the buy ready and the buy signal, and let me look at anything that happened under 10 candles ago or under 20 candles ago or the current candle. I can specify for the price to wave. So what I've done is I created, here, I'm going to set something up. Buy ready, buy signal, and I'll explain what that is. And I'm going to say, I only want to look at stocks greater than $25, and I only want to look at volume for greater than $1 million. And we get 33 examples from 48. Okay, 33. Well, I've already created a dynamic watch list. But what you would do to create a dynamic watch list now is you say add dynamic watch list. So that means that you don't have to specify what you're looking for anymore after that, because you've created the dynamic watch list, which will update automatically. So I created my dynamic watch list on Sunday. I worked all day Sunday on this, and yes, creating a presentation for you because this is totally new. And I created all of my watch lists then. And today, or this morning, when I looked at them, I noticed that there were some other stocks on there. I actually worked on it yesterday as well. So I saw what was on yesterday, but today I saw what was on today. So I am going to clear the filter here. And by the way, all of these are notes. So if you can take notes, you can take screenshots, you can label your screenshots, and if you have a note, you can sort by your notes. I'm going to show you right now the PW daily buy ready and buy signal for greater than $25 and greater than $1 million. And this is the scan. Okay, so 35 symbols. Now, when you have all of everything up, you will see under the column optionable, any stock which has an option has a check mark. Okay, that's important to me because I trade options. So if I'm looking at a market bottom, I want to know if it's optionable, for example. And you will also see what it's saying for all of the other Wavy Tunnel Pro trades. So now let's move this over to see the chart. And by the way, I have the linked charts daily and weekly down below, but you can also get the live charts. You can get the live charts. Let me just show you that to see what happened during the trading day. Let me just show you how we do that, and then we'll start to look at some of these setups. In the meantime, these are the PW setups. You can take a screenshot. I have dual chart view, link symbol. I'm going to put live at bottom. Live at bottom. So now I have live at bottom, so I can see what the market is doing in real time. This is what Apple is doing in real time. This is the hourly. I can go down to the 15-minute, whatever I want. So you can set it up as you want it. If you want the live underneath and the daily on top or the weekly on top, you can do what you want. I don't want to show the live chart right now because I want to show you what the daily is saying, and then I want the weekly right underneath there. So I'm going to get rid of this live at bottom, and it's going to go back to the weekly. Okay? So let me see. Let's click on a few PW examples. One of the examples that I looked at yesterday was this example, BRBR. And the PW is when we get the purple. We're looking for bullish setups and we get the purple at the bottom, right? Which is the biggest swing move. We go purple, gray, yellow, red, blue. Now, when we get the purple on the daily, I'm not going to just buy it. I want to see what it's showing on the weekly. I just told you that if we are bullish on the weekly and we correct down to the tunnel or we have a major correction, then I'm more interested in buying on the daily. And you can set up these moving averages on your own. These are the waves, the 34 EMAs on the high, low, and close. And this is the tunnel, the 144 and 169. So theoretically, when we're trading below the tunnel on the daily, when the wave is below the tunnel, it's bearish. It's bearish. But when I see on the weekly that we're just having a fill the gap trade to the tunnel, then I am more interested in looking at the daily chart for buys. Let's look at another example. JD. So this one is interesting because yes, the wave is below the tunnel here. Oh, and by the way, this is showing 8 candles. It's showing that we got the purple diamond 8 candles ago. Okay. This needs to start to move up. The wave is kissing the tunnel and it's just backing off. So I might want to wait on this one. This is an example where I would really want to see the wave above the tunnel on the weekly chart. Let's see Accenture. We'll just start at the top. Yeah, so this is interesting. If we look at the weekly, we have a gray diamond and the wave is above the tunnel. This is a good setup in my estimation on the weekly chart, and the daily chart, it's already started to move up. 4 candles ago, we got the purple arrow, and this looks like a reasonable setup. Okay. If I want to see the most recent candles, then I can click on PWD. And these are, we got 4 right now. So I can, let me click on one of them, Fresh Pet. Okay, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. We had a very strong move down here. Yeah, the wave is about to cross the tunnel, so we have to wait. We need a few candles to see what's going on here. Okay, we need the fill the gap entry, which I'm going to show you next. I would wait on this, and let's look at the Simple Good Foods Company. This is an example where we have a sideways price action on the weekly. Sideways price action, and we are coming into major support here on the weekly. So I would be more interested in taking a look at this. Let's see if there's anything else. Let me show you a bad one. Okay, let's just flip to show you something that I wouldn't even look at. Yeah, this one. Okay. I'm not interested in looking at this right now because we're clearly in a downtrend on the daily and we're also in a downtrend on the weekly. So there are plenty more good opportunities. Why would I look at this one? Which is why it's always important to look at the weekly when you're looking at the PW. By the way, if you want to see all of the charts which are just taking off, bullish, 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 you look at the PW short and you will see, like, because the purple semaphore will repaint as we make highs. So you'll see all of the very, very bullish stocks. And that's how you do it. I'm not going to show you that right now, but that's how you would do it. So there are different ways of reading this scanner. Let's look at Clorox, I think. Yeah. So I wouldn't do anything here either. We did have a nice pop into the wave, but still the wave is below the tunnel on the daily. Let's look at on the weekly. Let's just look at one more. We're going to go to here. We're going to scan for under 20 candles ago, and I'm just going to show you. Yeah, so here's an example where the scanner would have produced a purple right over here, and I would have looked at that and said, okay, great, the wave is above the tunnel. This could be ready for a blast off. And what happened? It blasted off. Okay. So it's only coming up because I set it so that it would show me all of the charts, all of the stocks that got the signal less than 20 candles ago. So this is an example. Okay. Let me see if there's another one. I just jotted down here. This one, Bath and Body Works. Everybody knows that. Yeah. So the purple generated here would have generated here. Okay. This is the wave is below the tunnel here, but this is very, very sideways. When it's not separating from the tunnel so much. So this is another pattern. It's a very sideways pattern. So I might have considered this, okay, because we are bouncing off of support and we have a lot of support going back here. So that's the PW trade. That's the PW trade. Let me show you the fill the gap trade now. I'm going to go under the scanner and I'm going to uncheck the PW so that I can see the fill the gap trades here. And I am going to sort. Oh, let me just show you what's underneath the fill the gap. The underneath is the purple blue blue, the purple red red, the purple yellow yellow, the purple gray gray. Oh my gosh, the programmer has really been busy. And the gray, blue, blue. This is all new. They knew that I was presenting today at 3 o'clock and they got everything done. Oh my gosh, this was not there this morning. Okay. Wow. All right. So what does that mean? Fill the gap. That means that, let's say we have this purple and you don't get in long over here, but we have an upper red. And then let's say price retraces and you get purple, red, red. That's the purple, red, red. Or let's say you have purple, blue dot, blue dot. It's like a 1, 2, 3 reversal. Okay, here, this is a good example right over here. What if this were a, oh, I keep, okay, it's showing, it's, okay, yeah. So what, okay, let's say this was a purple and you got a purple, blue, blue. That is a 1, 2, 3 reversal for a move up to the tunnel. This is your fill the gap trade. And this is exactly the setup that this scanner is trying to create. It's, yeah, it's amazing. So, and then we have the purple, yellow, yellow, and the purple, gray, gray. The purple, gray, gray is more for long-term price action, rangy price action, where we get a purple, gray, gray. And just from looking at these charts, for years and seeing that purple, gray, grays are really good setups for entries to go in the opposite direction, we put it in the scanner. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I set up the fill the gap buys, and in the fill the gap buys, I included the purple, blue, blue, the purple, red, red, and the purple, yellow, yellow. And you can see that we got 2 blue blues and 1 yellow because this is on the current candle. And I didn't, you can't look back. So that's why we only got 3 setups. And I also have price greater than $25. So let's look at all of these. Globe. Okay. So this is the purple, blue, blue on the daily. Okay, looking for a move higher. But when I look at the weekly chart, I'm not interested in taking this trade necessarily because it looks like it can, possibly go lower. This is a very, very strong move down. The wave is trending down. So I would leave this one alone. Let's look at the next one. And we're going to have sessions every 2 weeks to discuss all these setups, by the way. So this one looks very nice. This is JD. We got the purple, blue, blue. This looks very, very nice. On the weekly chart, we have the price has already moved up to the tunnel. The wave has already moved up to the tunnel. And yeah, this looks nice. We don't have such a steep move down. I'm sure if we put up the awesome oscillator and the bungees, which I don't have room on my chart, this real estate is I just don't. You would see divergences, and this looks like a nice setup. And let's look at Toyota to see that setup. Okay, very interesting. Oh, very nice. Okay, on this daily, this is a purple, yellow, yellow. Very nice setup when you look at the weekly. This is where we have the purple arrow on the top. We had a steep correction. We got the gray diamond, and we have a gray, blue, blue. This is very nice. I like this setup. Okay, now this is where your wave counts would come in handy. This is where, if you have wave counts or wave basis, you're subscribing to a service, you would have a look and see, gee, Toyota looks really nice on the scanner. Let's see what my analyst has to say about it. Right? So that's the fill the gap. Now I am going to show you the breakout 4 trades. And then I will show you some of the slides that I prepared with some of these setups and the wave counts. Okay. I'm going to go, under the breakout 4, we have buy ready and buy signal. I don't think I told you what the difference was, so I'm going to tell you that. I set up the scanner already for the buy signal and the buy ready for less than 20 candles, greater than $25, greater than $1 million in volume. Okay, and here we go. And by the way, this you can get notified, you can get an email whenever another stock pops up on this dynamic scanner. And you can set up your own scanner, your own watch list, excuse me, based on charts that you're following. And then once you learn the Wavy Tunnel setup, and we have lots of education in the website, you'll be able to read the markets as a Wavy Tunnel Pro trader. So you might have your own watch list of 50 stocks, 25 stocks, and you'll be able to just boop, go down, right down, and see where we are and see where we are. And you will also be able to look at the stock and see if it's showing up on any of the Wavy Tunnel trades. Okay. So let's start with Berkshire Hathaway since it's up. This is a breakout ready. The breakout ready is when you get the gray diamond. When you get the gray diamond. The breakout signal is when price closes above this green EMA. It's the filter line. It's the 12 EMA. When price closes above, after you get the gray arrow and it closes above the green, that's your signal. Your ready is like an advanced warning that maybe this is going to turn around. Now, when you look at the weekly, this is beautiful because we've come right down to the wave with the red dot, right down to the wave. So this would also show up on the weekly breakout 3 trade, the weekly breakout 3 trade. So this is a very nice setup, and this is my favorite pattern where we have the big gap between the top of the market and the correction. Like I showed you the market roadmap, and let's just go down and look at all of these examples, okay? BJ, I'll just start at the top. Okay, same pattern. We get the purple, we have the price to wave, and then the fill the gap. And beautiful, price has come right down into the wave. Also a great setup. And this is a signal because we closed above the filter line. Let's go down to the next one. Progressive. Yeah, this is also a very nice setup. Okay, we've come down. We have a nice ABC right down to, I said that we usually go below the tunnel. We're below the tunnel. This is the ready. So we might want to wait a few days for the signal. Okay, and this is the weekly looks good. And here we have waist connections. Let's see waist connections. Very nice. Very nice. Uh, we have the purple and then we have the gray arrow. We have this is a nice correction down, and we have the price into the wave with the red dot. Very, very nice. Let's look at the next setup. We just have a few more. There are 10 setups. That's enough. 10 setups. And most have options. Most have options on them. Okay, Brown and Brown ink. This notice that this has a 12. So what actually happened was 12 candles ago, we got the gray. Now we have a gray, blue, blue, gray, blue, blue. So that's even better because this is a 1, 2, 3 reversal from the bottom and right into the wave on the weekly. Very nice. All of these are nice setups. Wow. Okay. Con Ed. Let's look at this one. Also very nice. Wow. So we have the purple, we have the gray, and we're nicely supported into the wave on the weekly chart. Now this is where wave counts come in handy, and I'm going to show you the wave counts. Maybe after this, I'll just go right to the wave counts and show you. McDonald's. This 5 candles ago, we got the gray, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, maybe that's when we went above the filter. And very nice. we have the purple diamond, we have a complex correction going down, but we hit we meet our goal. Now, what's interesting about the wavy tunnel, the breakout 4 trade, is that we don't get this does not repaint very often, this gray, because there are other things that go into it, and a lot of the times we get it when we're supposed to get it, and then it reverses, which is very nice. On the weekly, beautiful. We're right at tunnel support here, right at tunnel support. Let's look at the last two. And if there are any questions, please ask me any questions. Okay. All right. This is also very nice. Pilgrim's Pride Corporation and T-Mobile. Yeah, also very nice. So these are all great setups. Now I'm just going to take you back to the presentation and just show you some of the wave counts on this. I'm just going to have to skip ahead. All right, so this was the PW BRBR, and let's see the wave count. This is wave basis showing the end of a wave 2, okay? So we have the wave 1 and the ABC for the wave 2. Well, that's good. That's what I want to see if I'm going to be buying this. Now, these were all of the PWs that I showed you, and this is JD. And here is the wave count from wave basis, wave 1, wave 2. Okay, that's really all I'm interested. I could go into more detail and, really see how this, yeah, anyway, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a correction. Okay. These are the fill the gap trade. These are the breakout 4 trades, and we're starting with BJ. Let's look at the wave count. Hey, they're labeling this wave basis as a wave 1 and then possibly an A. Okay, so that means that if this wave count plays out, then we would move up for a wave B. That's okay. And then this one is brown and brown, nice pattern. And this is calling this move a wave 1, wave 2, wave 1, wave 2. Very nice. Okay. I think you get the picture. ED, this is an A, a B, wave C is next. I think you get the picture. Okay, I just want to show you the breakout 3 trade, and let's look for the breakout 3 for the blue and the red. Okay. I think they must have revised. I think they're working on this. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, let me see if I can. 63 showed up. Let me just see if I can find one that I can show you. Right. So this is Abbott Labs on the daily, and we're looking for moves into the wave. We're looking for moves into the wave. So we got the blue dot into the wave. Yep. So these are all, I'm showing you all of these because I don't know if, maybe some of you just trade futures, maybe you trade Forex, and maybe this really isn't for you. Let's look at AMD because I didn't do a survey to see what you guys are trading. But AMD, this is a really nice, when you plot the wave and the tunnel, and the wave just crosses the tunnel, and we have a retrace like into the intersection, this is a really nice setup for AMD. Very, very nice setup for AMD right here. So I think you get the picture. These are all of the trades that popped up on the scanner. I'm just going to go back to the end of day scanner and just show you quickly, like if for those of you that trade crypto, these are all of the crypto signals, instruments that we have, 49 instruments. So you can do the same thing. You can analyze the the cryptocurrencies in the same way. You can run these scans on the cryptocurrencies, for example. You just wouldn't say price over $25 because let's face it, there aren't many with prices over $25. So maybe we should just pick one. Should we just pick Bitcoin? Okay, well, yeah. So just looking at this, we have to take out this price high to move higher. We already came down into the tunnel on the daily, purple, red, red, and then the yellow, and then we have the upper yellow. We could just have a complex correction here for a bit. On the weekly, we could come back down into the wave again. It's not certain right now, but this is what it's looking very sideways consolidation, like a sideways consolidation to me on Bitcoin. And then, of course, you can sort by Forex, ETFs, you can futures even. You could sort by futures. It gives you 40 different futures markets. All right, let's go back to the presentation and let's see. I'm getting carried away on this scanner because it's really great. Okay. All right. So these are the breakout fours, just continuing on with the wave counts. The most important thing when we're finding these setups is you want to see the end of a corrective move before buying it. So there's your confirmation when you're using a scanner like this. And I've shown you how you can use the scanner. And if you don't use the scanner, I told you what the wave and the tunnel um, settings are, so you could set up the wavy tunnel yourself and you won't have any of the semaphores, but that's okay. You'll be able to read the markets. Okay, so let's just go forward, and these are the breakout threes that we just discussed. And basically this is telling you that you're in the middle of a trend. Okay. So let's talk for a minute about what makes this different from any other tool out there. This is in a black box. You're not getting mystery signals or indicators you don't understand. Everything is built on Elliott Wave principles, Fibonacci logic, and real-time price structure. You're in control. The scanner helps you spot the setups, but you decide how to act on them using your own strategy, wave counts, and timing. It's the only scanner that I know of that's built specifically to find all of the Wavy Tunnel Pro setups, which are based on Elliott Wave, all grounded in wave context. And this gives you an edge. You're no longer just reacting, you're anticipating with structure and discipline. It's really, it's very nice. So we're launching this dashboard to a select beta group. We haven't closed the beta group yet. And you're invited. And this is a chance to get early access, special pricing, and a front row seat as we evolve the platform even further. Like you'll be a part of a private group that gets live training, Q&A sessions, and full setup walkthroughs. And we're also going to meet every twice, well, every other week and go through setups and discuss them. Your feedback matters, which is why you will have input into the tool over time. Like if you want the programmers to do something and it makes sense, then we'll get it done. Daniel has said that. This offer is really only available during this Elliott Wave Hub event, and spots are limited. So if you're ready to trade Elliott Wave with more structure and precision, just head to the link on the screen. It's the Wavy Tunnel Pro, wavytunnelpro.com/dashboard, and reserve your access. So I'll just show you a few examples of trades. This Microsoft trade. I mean, this is the gray, right? This is the gray, and the scanner catches this breakout 4 trade, and we know what happened to Microsoft, a 37% move in 2 months. Now I missed it live, but the scanner wouldn't miss it, and that's the beauty of the scanner. Live Nation Entertainment. So right here, we got the gray arrow. Now it looked like it was just going to collapse, right? Well, all the markets did it in April. And then suddenly it turned around and generated 31% in 2 months. But what if you miss the bottom and want to get in with confirmation of the new trend? Then take the breakout 3 trend trade. Run the scan for lower blue or lower red, put it on your dynamic watch list, and look for it once a day. Okay, and you're buying on the dip. Every time you get the red, the blue, it will show up and you can buy it on the dip. You don't want to be buying when the market is already stretched. You want to be buying on the dips. So buy the dip in the trend. That the scanner will show you that. So I think that's pretty great. So this is your invitation to join us. If you're ready to trade smarter with the Wavy Tunnel Pro dashboard, join our early access group and help shape the future of this tool. Lock in beta pricing before the official launch, and it's $497 for the year. That's what it costs. So you can just go wavytunnelpro.com/dashboard, and Daniel's on there doing a video with me, a more detailed video looking for setups and showing how the dashboard works. So that's it for me. If you have any questions, please email me, jody@fxtradersedge.com, or support@fxtradersedge.com. And I am going to just put the URL in the the chat box, wavytunnelpro.com/dashboard. Well, I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and thank you very much for being here again. And we'll continue on with the Elliott Wave Hub event.